Welcome. Today's class, I want to focus on the sensation of lightness, not only in the physical body, which is quite nice, but also perhaps in the mental body as well. I think the past year has been quite heavy. I think a lot of us are feeling a little bit of that pressure or a lot of bit of that pressure. And so for today's class, we're just going to try and alleviate some of that. Maybe not 100%, but just gain a little more buoyancy, a little more lightness. With that said, let's go ahead and get started. Come into a comfortable seat. Now, any seat that is comfortable is fine. It doesn't have to be the way I'm sitting. It could also be in a chair. Once you've found your seat, roll your shoulders back. And as you inhale, lengthen your spine. So just grow a little bit taller, defying gravity here as we draw the head up. Close your eyes and close your mouth. Begin to breathe in and out of your nose. And you may find that you want a little movement here. So if you're feeling a bit restless, maybe a gentle sway side to side. On each inhale, still think about lengthening the spine, lifting up from the tailbone all the way to the base of the skull. It may feel good to move a little forward and back. So we're playing with our balance over the sits bones, over those bones at the base of the pelvis. You may want to move your shoulders. You may want to move your neck, or maybe you just want to be still. Notice what feels appropriate for you. Bring your attention to those sit bones, so where you feel the bum in contact with the surface beneath you, and start to slow the movement. And we're going to start to find balance now. Shoulders eventually will stack over the pelvis, shoulders over hips, and then the head will stack over the shoulders. When you're ready, find a moment of stillness. Draw your breath down into the belly now. Feel your low ribs expand outwards. Take a few deep breaths here at your own pace, breathing into the side of the body. A really lovely way to start to cultivate this sense of lightness is to breathe deeply and to fully utilize our deep core and our primary breathing muscles. So keep directing that breath into the sides of the ribs, trying to cultivate a little more movement of the rib cage outwards and also between the ribs. When the ribs don't move when we breathe, they get a bit stuck, and this will transfer into the rest of the body. On your next exhale, open your mouth and just let something go. Let go of a bit of weight. Let's do that again. Deep inhale, fill the belly, feel your ribs expand, become full with breath, maybe feel a little bit lighter like you're a balloon about to lift up. And as you exhale, let that go. Just one more, deepest inhale in. Filling from the belly up to the throat. Feel your ribs in particular expand, expand, expand. And then let it go. Just imagine unburdening something, letting something go. Gorgeous. All right. Stay in your seat. If you have your legs crossed, switch the cross of your legs. And we're going to get into the head and the neck here. So shoulders back and a neutral spine here. Lower your head down, chin to chest, and then lift it up. So we're just going to move through the full range of the neck here. When the neck is stiff and tight, It'll have a ripple effect all the way down the rest of the body, and this can manifest in a sense of heaviness or unease. That's a word, right? Yeah, unease, I think. And then we're going to lift up, and we're just going to move the head side to side. Now we're not looking for a massive stretch necessarily, we're just looking to mobilize. Keep your shoulders still, and it's just the head and neck moving. Move with a deep breath. And once you've balanced out the sides, we're going to lower ear towards shoulder, but without the opposite shoulder creeping up. This may feel a little bit more like a stretch. Keep focusing on your breath and coordinate the movement to the unique tempo of your breath. So you don't need to follow me. In fact, even better if you just close your eyes and move with your own body's unique sense of rhythm and timing. And then once you've balanced out both sides, lift the head back over the shoulders. We're going to do these little turtle neck exercises. Turtle neck as in the creature, not as in the clothing item. So keep your shoulders back and just imagine you're a little turtle coming out of your shell, poking your head out, and then you're going to draw your head back in. So just a few of these. And you want to feel the muscles in the front of your throat start to fire. Remember that these are really important muscles to the integrity of the entire deep core, the entire rest of the body. You'll notice if you ever had whiplash or these muscles just won't fire, you have maybe a stiffness in your neck, that will travel down and affect everything below. Has actually a really crucial impact on posture. Whew, okay, nice. And then we're just going to lower the head down and just take a big old circle one way. Again, I'll encourage you to close your eyes so you can really sense into the movement. Take your time. Keep your shoulders level and take those circles around the other way. Should feel really good here, nice and juicy. Moving through the full range of the neck now, just to help alleviate any tension that may have gathered there. And when you're ready, we'll meet in a neutral position, and let's come into a different seat if possible. So I'm just gonna sit on my heels, but just because I like it, but any other seat if that feels good to you. And you could also sit up on a block here, so a block under your bum or a cushion under your legs or cushion between your calves and your bum. We're going to move through some spinal movements now, starting to waken up and release through the mid-back. So as you inhale, open your elbows wide and find a little back bend, drawing your head back, lifting the heart. As you exhale, we're going to round and bring the back of your hands together and lean back, chin to chest. Inhale, open. And I'll encourage you to close your eyes again. Exhale to round. Move through a few of these with your own breath. Focus on the sensations through the spine here. Notice if you're leading the movement with your neck. Lead the movement instead with the mid and the upper back. And the neck naturally follows that movement, rather than leading the movement. Deep belly breath, still breathing into those ribs as much as you can. Nice, and then we'll meet in a neutral position when you're ready. Let's come into a tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Push into your hands. Ground the right hand, and as you inhale, lift the left arm up. And we're not forcing the left arm back to twist. Push into your bottom hand, engage through that right shoulder, and that engagement should help mobilize through the rib cage area of the spine. Inhale and exhale, thread the left arm under the right, reach through the left hand, and if it feels okay, lower the left ear to the floor for a moment, not heavy here. Inhale, lift back up and twist. Find the rotation through that mid and upper back, around those ribs. Exhale, thread it through, maybe lowering all the way down or maybe not. Up to you. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Just one more. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Really push into your bottom arm to get a little bit more movement. And then gently lower that hand to the floor. Nice. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Left arm grounds. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Push into that left arm. Strong left shoulder. As you exhale, thread the right arm under the left, maybe lowering down or maybe staying lifted. Inhale, lift up, ground into those left fingertips. Exhale to thread. Focus on the sensation through the rib cage. That's what we're targeting. Give it one more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Nice. Hands under shoulders. Extend your left leg behind you. Push into your hands and firm through your left glutes here. Exhale, we're going to lift the left leg up. Toes point to the floor. And then we're going to turn the toes to point to the left side. So we're going to open up the hip now. We're stacking that left hip over the right. Now you could keep your left fingertips down or even on a block. Or if you're starting to feel steady, you could try lifting your left arm up. Firm through the outer left hip so that leg isn't sagging, but we're finding that sensation of lightness by engaging through the glutes. A little trick to finding lightness is muscle engagement. Not a clench, but just enough that the body responds. We're going to bend the back knee. Push your left heel back. See how this feels. Nice. As you inhale, we're going to bring that left knee in towards your belly. Remember, your hand can still be down. That's fine. And as you exhale, you're going to push it back. Inhale, bring it forward, keeping stability through the center, so we're not arching the back. Exhale, push it back. Feel your glutes fire. Probably feeling a bit warm. Just one more here. You can do it. Draw that leg in. And then gently bring both hands down. And we're going to sit down to the bum for a moment. Bring your feet in front of you. Come into Navasana, boat pose. Now a great way to start to feel a little more supported and a little lighter in the body is through deep core engagement. I don't mean your six-pack abs, I mean those deep, deep core layers. So start to feel a little bit of sensation through the front body, but see if you can also find some control and some stability through the back of the body. Remember, the core is a cylinder wrapping all the way around. Now we're just going to mobilize through the wrists. So make some fists, flip your inner wrist up, and we're just going to circle those wrists. And if you're feeling like this is a bit too much, just bring your feet down and keep circling your wrists. Totally up to you. Slow down your wrist circles. And notice if one is easier than the other. My left one is just completely off the rails. And then we'll go the other way. Try to keep that forearm pointing up. So we're not doing this, but we're moving just in the wrist joint itself. Really great for the mobility and to keep everything working the way we want it to work. Oof, and then just give those wrists a little shake. We're going to cross the legs, come back into your tabletop, and we're going to do those funky little movements on the other side. Remember, you can always be using a block underneath your right hand, which will help you. So let's extend that right leg behind, firm through the glutes, and the front of the abdomen is braced, is engaged, not clenched, just enough that you feel support. Lift that leg up using the glutes. Come onto the right fingertips and turn your toes to the right. Now, again, if you feel stable because the front of the body is working, the glutes are working, and the back body is working, maybe reach your arm up. If you're still kind of playing, trying to find that engagement, you can just have a hand on the floor or on a block. We're going to bend that right knee and push the foot back until you feel that engagement without arching in your back. So none of this, keeping the front body strong. Inhale, you're going to bring your knee into your belly. And as you exhale, you're going to push it back for 1. Inhale, bring it in. Strong bottom arm, push through the shoulder. Exhale, push it back. Just 1 more. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, push it back. Feel your glutes work. And then gently lower down. Woo! You should feel some heat start to build now. Let's come back into Navasana. So a little yoga way to do it is to cross your legs and then to sit back onto your bum. And you can get here however you want to. It doesn't have to be that way. Now we're going to mobilize through the ankles. And you can have your hands down as well. It's fine. We're just going to flex and point. If you want a little bit more heat through the front of the body, go for it, lifting your hands. But make sure that you're not rounding in the back, but we're lifting up so those muscles around the spine are also working to stabilize us. And then let's circle those ankles 1 way. Woo. Slow, 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 slow. And if this is too much, you can also just do it 1 at a time, hands down. And then we'll circle the other way. Feel some heat start to build. Oof, and then lower down. Nicely done. All right, we're going to talk about reverse table. So we're going to bring our arms behind us. Now you don't want your hands too close to you because then your shoulders are just going to be popping out of the sockets. So you want to always be able to hug the shoulders back into those sockets. So walk your hands back a generous amount so you can feel, instead of this little shrug, you can draw the shoulders back and down and feel that support and strength in the shoulders. Then you know you're in about the right place. Feet hip distance parallel. As you exhale, we're going to lift the bum off the floor, push into your hands, very strong in the shoulders. Fire up your glutes to level the pelvis. Maybe gaze to the ceiling. And then gently, gently lower down. Now if that felt okay, we're going to bring it up a level. If it didn't feel okay, try doing it in that same position, both hands down. Or we're going to turn the left fingers back, reach your right arm high, and as you exhale, we're going to lift up, just supporting on the one arm. Now it's very important that shoulder is strong and not creeping up to the ear. Reach your right arm to the back of the mat and find a nice stretch through the right side of the body. And then gently, with control, lower down, switch sides. Now your right hand is behind, fingers point away. Exhale to rise up. Glutes are fired up here. Strong right shoulder. Gently lower. Nice. And then we're going to cross the legs, plant your hands, and step back. Come into a child's pose. Flip your palms up to the ceiling and breathe into the belly and into the back of the body here. Come back to that really big diaphragmatic breath. Move through the rib cage. And notice if there's any area through the rib cage that you don't feel moving. Notice if there's any place that maybe feels a bit stuck, a bit sticky, and really focus on getting movement into those stubborn spaces. It's probably where you hold a bit of stress, a bit of tension. Take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, open the mouth and sigh something out. Gorgeous. Let's lift up to our downward facing dog. Spread the fingers. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, let's go ahead and step the feet to the hands. Could be one step, could be several. Fold over the belly, heavy. Give your head a little shake side to side. Make sure your knees are generously bent. Inhale, roll up to stand. Maybe close your eyes. And we'll meet in Tadasana. Ooh, nice. Let's bring the left arm, no, change my mind. Bring the left hand just to the side of your leg, to the left thigh. And find this little engagement through the front of the body so we're not sticking the booty out and we're not flaring the ribs. As you exhale, everything draws in so you feel stable. Right arm reaches high. Exhale, bend to the left. Push into your right heel and engage through your glutes. Inhale through center, arms high. Exhale, right hand to right leg, little side bend to the other side, keeping everything sandwiched in. So we're not letting the booty stick out and we're not tipping the chest forward. Inhale, lift up, arms high. Exhale, bend your knees, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Same thing, firm through the abdomen. Exhale, come on down. Step your right leg back and bring your knee to the floor. Lift up for your 90-90 lunge. If you need a little cushion under your knee, absolutely get a cushion. Bring your left hand to your right glutes. Feel them contract and fire. Don't be shy. Just give them a little squeeze. And then reach your right arm high, keeping that engagement through your glutes. Remember, this co-contraction of the glutes is going to much more effectively open the front of the hip. Reach the left arm high. Exhale, hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Maybe bend your knees here. Find easy movement that feels good. Maybe straightening the legs one at a time. Maybe moving your hips a little side to side can feel really juicy. And then we'll meet in our neutral dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Step your right leg forward, left knee to the mat. Inhale, 90-90 lunge. Right hand to your left glutes. Feel the muscles engage and encourage them to engage through this touch. Reach your left arm high and lengthen through this left side body. Those low ribs still drawing in. Steady your breath. Can you keep breathing into the ribs? Bring your right arm high. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step forward, forward folds. Inhale, lift high, lengthen. Bring your left hand to the left leg and exhale, bend to the left. A little glute engagement. Inhale, lift high. Exhale to the other side. Push into the left heel. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold down, hinging through the hips. Let's step your left leg back and bring your knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift up. Engage through the glutes. We're going to get into the shoulders now. We're going to move them in two separate directions. So we're just going to start moving back, like you're kind of doing a backstroke, and move really slow. So just notice what's going on through the whole shoulder complex. We're moving the scapula across the low back, across the upper back. If you have your scapula on your low back, you should see a doctor immediately. Very concerned. Slow down the movement, make it really juicy, and then maybe bring a little twist into it so you're moving a little bit more dynamically side to side. Still getting into the ribs. Should feel really good. Ooh, nice. And then when you're ready, be still. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward, step back, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale, open the mouth, let something go. Bend the knees, look forward. Step the left leg forward, right knee down. Inhale. right glutes fire right away. And we'll take those little shoulder movements, but forward. Forward. Trying to keep the lower body fairly still. And then start to maybe twist a little bit. Side to side. If it feels available, you could even close your eyes to challenge your balance and your body awareness. Give it one more little go. Nice. And then inhale, let's reach those arms high. Exhale, hands down, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, firm through the low belly and lengthen your spine. Bend in those knees. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift up to stand, palms touch, look up. Exhale, left hand down, side bend. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend to the right. Push into the heels. Think about that lift up, lightness. Inhale, lift the arms high. Exhale, fold forward. And imagine that this upper body is really, really light as we draw it down. Step your right leg back and bring your knee to the mat or to a pillow. Lift up, glutes fire. Let's come into these cactus arms. Elbows forward, hands back. And as you exhale, we're going to twist to the left. And try not to bring this into the neck or the head too much. As you inhale, face forward. Exhale to the left. So we're just going to do a few little pulses to the left here. Move with your breath. So when you exhale, you twist. When you inhale, you face forward. Notice where the movement's coming from. We're really trying to find the movement through the thoracic spine, this area around the rib cage. This is the area designed to twist, that wants to twist, but doesn't always get the opportunity. Face forward, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back to a three-legged dog. So this forward leg is going to lift up and back. Left leg lifts high. Bend your knee and open through your hip. So we're pushing that left heel back. Push into your hands. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, we're going to bring the left knee towards your belly and turn your knee inwards. And your foot is going to move out. Plant that left knee down and extend your right leg long down the mat. Push your hips forward, use your glutes. And remember, you can always have a block underneath your bottom hand. Find that engagement through the front of the body. Reach your right arm high. And then imagine you're doing a back stroke with your top arm. So you're going to bend the elbow and you're just going to take it back and around. So you should feel a nice sense of openness through that right shoulder now. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring your right hand to your right hip and relax your head as much as you can. So you may feel a nice little tug through the side of your neck here. Right hand on right hip. That left shoulder is still very strong. That upper arm bone is hugging into the shoulder socket. One more deep inhale. Exhale, softly lift the head, hands down, and we'll step back, find your three-legged dog. Nope, don't find your three-legged dog, just your regular down dog. Sorry, regular down dog, got a bit ahead of myself. Bend your knees, lengthen your spine. We're going to keep the knees bent, and you're going to turn your toes to the right. And you're going to push your bum down. You can always walk your hands back as well. Push your bum down to your heels. You should feel a nice tug through the right side. Inhale, come up through center. Toes turn to the left, knees to the left. And then you're going to scooch the bum to the heels. You should feel a nice opening through the left side. Inhale, come through center. And exhale, we're going to bend the knees. Look forward. Step your right leg forward and your left knee lowers. Inhale, 90-90, glutes are on. Cactus your arms, elbows forward, hands draw back. So you feel a little engagement through the upper back. Exhale to twist to the right. And inhale forward. Just take a few of these pulses here. Move with your own tempo. Don't have to move with me. Exhale, you twist. And inhale, you face forward. Notice where the twist is coming from. Try and keep your glutes fired up. Whew. Nice. Do one more. Why not? Should feel really good. And then let's face forward. Sweep your arms high and lengthen. Exhale, hands down. Now this right leg is going to be lifted up for our three-legged dog. So plant the hands, lift up and back. Right leg lifts high. Push your right heel back. Lift the knee. Breathe. Both arms are strong. Notice if one elbow is bending. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, start to bring your knee in towards your belly. Turn your knee in, your foot moves out. Gate pose here, so the left leg long down the mat. Use your glutes to push the hips forward. You can always have a block under your bottom hand, or shoulder, I guess. Now notice your right shoulder, notice if it looks like this. Push. So you're creating a more secure shoulder complex here. Left arm high, and then you're going to bring the arm around behind you. So a little bend in the elbow, and you're just going to take it around. Find movement that feels good for you. So you can always play in these shapes. Keep moving with your breath. Should feel really nice. Give it one more little circle, and then bring your left hand to the left hip. And fully relax your head, right ear to right shoulder. But your shoulder, your right shoulder, is still working. So we're not making a saggy shoulder. Just relax through the neck and breathe. Keep your glutes on, your ribs still moving in. Inhale. And exhale, slowly lift your head up. Plant your hands. Step back to downward facing dog. Your hips lift up high. We're going to find those little swivels. So you're going to bend your knees, swivel your knees to the right, toes to the right, and scoot your bum down to your heels. And it may feel good to reach your right arm away from you, or maybe just keep it down. Up to you. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, swivel to the left, lower towards the heels. And I quite like to come onto my fingertips of the left hand. This just helps me really reach through that left side body a little bit more. Inhale through center. And exhale, child's pose. Woo. Come all the way down. Now if you want some support under your head or between the thighs and the belly, please grab something. And it's going to feel good to get off of your wrists. So they just did a lot of work. We're going to give them a break. May feel good to move your head a little side to side, massaging the space between your eyebrows, massaging the forehead. Maybe you just want to be still for a few breaths. And if this pose is not restful, come into a different shape. So make sure you can breathe deeply, that you can fully rest and relax. This could also be down on your back. It doesn't have to be a specific shape. You know your body best. Come back to that breath awareness. Notice the movement of your low ribs in particular. Try to find that even expansion throughout the cylinder of the core. So we're breathing into the front body, into the back body, and into the sides of the waist. 360 breath.
Now you can stay here for as long as feels appropriate, as long as it's feeling restorative and good. Just stay.